Hey, what's up, witches? It's me, Luna, and I thought it was timely to pop on here with some things that I'd been considering posting about this before, but I didn't. We had some busy things going on this weekend, and I never got around to it. But I've been watching some other readers and astrologers, wonderful astrologers, posting about this Mars Uranus algol conjunction that's happening in Taurus. Algol is a fixed star. These are actual stars. They used to be called fixed stars in order to differentiate them from the, quote, wandering stars, which were the planets. So anything that's not a planet with an orbit is, to us, seems to be fixed in space. So it occupies a certain degree. If there's any movement at all, it's incredibly slow. So Algol, which used to be called Caput Algol, sits at 25.3, I think it is, degrees of Taurus. And it, the fixed stars, since they were considered way back when, have those old-timey kind of definitions to them that are very fortune-telly, very, doom-saying kind of things. And the caput algol means like the head of the serpent or the head of the specter, something like that. Caput means head, basically Medusa's head. If you want to, look up the mythology and stuff about it, go ahead. But it is a planet that was seen to denote disaster, very bad things happening, and even so far as saying, disaster to the head kind of stuff. So, and this is where hindsight in astrology is 2020, but I have heard so many astrologers looking at this conjunction, or actually a stellium of two planets in a fixed star, and it is exact. It's applying to exact. It hits exact on the 17th when Mars joins Uranus and Algol at 26 degrees. So a lot of astrologers have been putting the transit charts together with the presidential candidate charts and seeing some very interesting things. So what I have here is the chart of Donald Trump and the event chart for the shooting in Pennsylvania yesterday. And what I want to say to this also, please go and watch Resistance Live's post today. ECM is the absolute best at weeding through the bullshit, the emotional, knee-jerk reactions, the aftermath of things, the spin, in order to get us off the ledge and regulated. And she talks about that. So there's a lot of wild conspiracy theories going around. Please don't do that. Please don't do that. We have enough. We have enough of those. So anyway, go watch hers about the whole shooting event. I'm not going to comment anymore about that, except to say, can we get rid of the assault weapons now, please? So anyhow, looking at this chart, we see here's Mars-Uranus conjunction. Caput Algol is right smack in the middle of it. So at approximately 6:15 is when law enforcement pegged it. So we're going with that. You see it sitting right on top of his midheaven. His midheaven is at 24 Taurus, 18 minutes. This is 25, 9 minutes. So it is considered to be at the exact degree. Uranus is 2 degrees off, making it absolutely within the orb for a conjunction. So Mars and Uranus, Mars is the god of war, as you know. Uranus is known as the awakener by some. It's known as the disruptor by others. Its transiting action is unexpected, unpredictable, explosive, rebellious, awakening, enlightening. And lightning is another key word, just out of the blue. It is a bolt out of the blue. The midheaven denotes things that happen in the public eye. So here we have a violent, explosive, unexpected, unpredictable is arguable, but sitting right on top of this sensitive point that denotes something happening in the public eye. Let's look also at the fact that his natal Mars sits at 26 degrees of Leo, which means it is squaring this conjunction in the fixed sign of Taurus. Fixed signs are powerful. They, more than cardinal or mutable, will bring in big stuff, right? And Mars sitting conjuncting his ascendant. Now, first house is your physical body, but it's still conjuncting the ascendant, but from the 12th house. It still could have that vibe of something affecting your physical body. And the transiting planets are triggers. They move along and they can set something off. But this, the fact that it's squaring his natal Mars makes it personal. Mars in his natal chart rules the 4th house. 4th house cusp can actually show sort of the way you exit this life. It's the end of life. So, one can imagine his life flashing before his eyes. And then it also rules his 9th house, which can be global things, mass media things. Also talks about spirituality and philosophy. Who knows if prayers went through his mind? I don't know that his mind works that way, at any rate. It certainly shows something that would get mass media attention on a global scale. So Mars kind of sets up, and I mean, we could look at this as karmic stuff. It sits conjunct the ascendant, but it's in the unconscious, and it also shows just how he reacts, because Mars is about reaction and flaring up, and it's completely unconscious. These are not conscious choices that he makes. He acts, his behavior is all according to his narcissistic personality disorder, and he doesn't have a choice about that. But I can't help but look at this kind of spiritually and see this violent rhetoric sort of coming home to roost. So I just want to point this out. And if we look at Biden's chart, we see that conjunction with Algol sitting in the middle in his 6th house of service, of physical health. This kind of stress certainly can take a toll on him. I also want to say that fixed stars, unlike planets that, the inner planets have personal effects on us, and they certainly, fixed stars showing up in the natal chart, they're only significant if they are hitting a very sensitive point or if they're conjuncting a planet, and I mean conjuncting tight, like 1 degree. So they talk about big, like destiny / fate kind of events. So being in his 6th house, it's about process, it's about physical health, again, as I said, and he's got Uranus coming up. He's going to have a Uranus return soon. It has an 84-year transit cycle, so you can see when he's coming up on about 84 years old, he's going to have that conjunction happening. But it's very interesting just to see how this is shaking out. Let's take a look at one more chart, and that is the U.S. natal chart. And interestingly, Biden has a lot of similar house cusps to the U.S. natal chart. He has Sag rising. The difference is there's an interception of Virgo. So the U.S. is midheaven is Libra. Biden's is Virgo. That also shows his service. How he makes his mark on the world is through service. So it's also sitting in the 6th house in the U.S. This is a big checkup for the physical health of our Constitution, the physical health of our democracy. We are having a Jupiter aspect to U.S.'s natal Uranus, which is expanding our rebellious nature. It's expanding the possibility of explosive, unexpected events. So that's interesting as well. I think I'm going to leave it there. I just wanted to drop that. I'm hoping to jump on live sometime soon in a random way to throw some cards on it. If not, then I'll just shoot a video on that. All right, you guys, please take care. Please try to, as ECM says, try to keep yourself regulated. Take a break when you need to take a break. Let's not read into this any more than what has actually happened, and wait till things unfold. And by all means, let's get busy contacting our representatives about safety and decent, basic, common sense gun legislation. Thanks a lot, you guys. I'll see you soon. This is Luna. Blessed be.